What's up everyone, Element Zero here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to get the Broadside special weapon in Fallout 4. You earn this by completing the quest, The Last Voyage of the USS Constitution, and it is found here at the crash site of this ship, the USS Constitution. Now this ship is ran by robots, and they've crashed into this building, and we're going to help them set free and get back to the ocean. This took me about an hour, so I'm going to fast forward through some of the non-important parts. And right now, here it is on the map. It is just north of Good Neighbor in that little peninsula. It's not hard to find once you get in that area. So I will be skipping forward through some of the combat and non-essential parts, and I will not be speaking over the dialogue except for this little bit where I'm trying to finish what I'm saying. So I hope you enjoy the video, guys, and I will be back in a minute.
108th Infantry Regiment, 2nd Battalion. Ahoy there. 'Tis Providence, a member of the Congressional Army, is delivered to us in our hour of need.
Right?
Depending on what you need, I may be able to help.
The fair wind holds true, then. The captain requests your presence on the bridge. At the double quick, sir.
Yeah, that's about what all the robots on this ship sound like. Now to actually get up to the Constitution, up to the top deck, you have to go into the bank, up some of the debris on the left side here. I'm in power armor, so I had to jump up the stairs. Then you have to walk to the other side of the building, and there's a hole in the ship where there's an access hatch where you can get in. And from there you have 2 flights of stairs to go up, which are, of course, on opposite ends of the ship from each other. And there's a lot of running back and forth. But yeah, we're just going to skip ahead to that then.
Identified. Intruder. Intruder.
Mr. First Mate, this is the captain. This soldier is no intruder.
Requesting permission to use lethal force.
Whoa, easy there.
Unable to comply.
Stand down! That's an order. And for God's sake, use the accent.
I, Captain. Standing down. Standing down.
I'm confused. This didn't sail up here, right?
Hey, Captain.
I'll have none of your lip, Mr. Navigator. Have the crow's nest scan 2 points off the port bow. Jump to it.
Aye, Captain.
Our soldier has arrived. I trust the First Mate didn't give you too hard a time. Been too long since we've seen the Congressional Army.
I'm fine.
I am Captain Ironsides, commander of the USS Constitution. You visit this fine vessel in trying times. Be calmed these long years on her airy perch. Damn you, Weatherby Savings and Loan! I spit at you.
That's quite a predicament.
Whew, can't imagine being left out to dry like this.
What vexes me most is my inability to assist in the war effort. My gun decks have naught but Morats and ne'er-do-wells as targets. Enough pleasantries. The Constitution has systems that need repairs to carry out its mission.
Just tell me what you need.
Good man. Consult with the bosun and Mr. Navigator. They will relay your instructions. Dismissed. Look.
Alright, once you finish talking to the captain, he orders you to go talk to some of the other robots on the ship to help get it back up and running. But before you can do that, some scavengers attack. They're not happy that robots are defending the ship, and they want all the stuff inside. They want all the loot and the scavenging that they can get. For this, you might want to bring a long-range rifle, or at least something with a scope. The ship gets attacked twice, depending on your choices. Actually, it'll get attacked twice. But I recommend you having a long-range rifle, at least something with a scope. If you see in the beginning there, my combat rifle really didn't cut it, and I pull out thankfully I had a hunting rifle with a scope. Otherwise, this would have been a much longer firefight. Although I could have just jumped down there with my power armor, but who wants to do that? I didn't want to run all the way back up into the ship, so sniper rifle it is.
Your very presence does this humble unit a great honor. My programming would find it amiss if I did not also interject. Long live the captain!
You certainly have pep.
Much obliged for the compliment. But on to the mission of the day. Our last marine expedition valiantly returned with much-needed supplies, including replacement power cables, sir. Alas, with my severe lack of appendages, I find myself unequal to the task of repairing the cables myself.
I'll get right on it.
My anxiety emulators are lightning by the microsecond. Once you have resolved this matter, I beseech you to return to me to accept my undying gratitude.
Alright, well that robot wants you to go around replacing some cables on the ship. He gives you 3 power cables. They're in a box right next to you, and you have to go fix 3 of them. Just replace them. If you have a intelligence of 3, I believe you can salvage the old cables and make that work. I'm not too entirely sure. I never picked it, so I'm not really sure what it does. And then after that, he sends you out to find a power relay coil, something like that. It's damaged. He wants you to fix it, but I was lucky enough to already have this part, so I just walked over and replaced it. If you don't have that part, you might be able to find it in the Diamond City shop or any other traders around the map. I'm not really sure where you find one. I just found it randomly in some building I was fighting in, so yeah.
The power relay, to my shame, I previously complained about is fluctuating wildly.
Don't worry. I'll get you up and running.
Only for you, sir. Power relay coils. Not a common enough part. Might I recommend checking the local shopkeepers? Surely, they would be of some assistance. Fair winds and following seas.
Warning, overdue warning.
Hey, bosun.
Power flows hard and steady. I would applaud you. Nice. I know, due to my lack of clamping instruments. But huzzah, sir. Huzzah!
Well, you're very welcome, bosun.
You are too kind. I require no further assistance. But our Mr. Navigator has also beset by troubles. Scuttle buddies, our guidance system is on her last legs. If you've not already, speak to him. Fare thee well.
After that, you have to go see the navigator. Now, don't follow the quest marker for this. That's what I did. I messed up. It took me down to the bottom of the ship and back towards the bank. That is wrong. Turn around, take the stairs near you, and go back up to the deck of the ship. That is where the navigator's at. He's up towards the bow. Don't go all the way back down to the bottom of the ship and then have to climb all the way back up like I did. This happens a couple times, I believe. I don't like to admit it, but I got lost a few times. So don't make my mistake.
Ahoy, soldier. Scavenger threat eliminated. Damage assessment will commence after this unit has completed scheduled duties.
You robots do a good job at defending your ship.
Proclamation 1.
Defend the Constitution by any means necessary.
Guidance system offline. Multiple errors diagnosed. First error. Guidance chip stolen. This unit requires its return.
I can help. Where is it?
Stolen by human scavengers. Reclaim chip at Scavengers Forward Recon Station. Captain has approved a bounty for its return.
Lethal force is prohibited unless absolutely necessary.
Aft dinghy unlocked and available for your use, sir.
Alright, now we have to help them get their guidance chip back. There's 2 ways this can end. You can either go in there to the scavengers, get their guidance chip back, and continue on with the robots, or you can choose to side with the humans, not bring their guidance chip back, or really, I don't even know what that side does. I didn't choose it. But if you want to see that, maybe we can go and do a take 2 of this. But I chose to help the robots.
Oh, shoot! Those assholes didn't attack the ship on our orders. They weren't trying to frag ya anyhow. They just wanted to kill the frickin' robots.
Sounds like I was just in the wrong place. It happens.
Ah, thanks. A lot of those assholes were already on edge. You waltzing right into the Constitution just pushed them over. How did you get aboard anyway? We thought you were gonna get cratered for sure.
He knew I was an Army veteran, so he let me on the ship.
Army? Isn't that some old world mumbo-jumbo? whatever. So, you got to see the inside, huh? All that salvage, the real motherlode, just waiting to be stripped and sold.
So it all boils down to greed. Like it always does.
Hey, if we sell those gizmos, I don't know, they could help orphans and stuff. Us humans could use it a lot more than those robots. So you talked with a tin can. What'd he have to say?
Ironside says you stole a guidance chip. He wants it back.
His guidance chip, right. You know what he needs it for? His rockets. The huge goddamn rockets on the side of his boat. He's nuts.
I'm sure there's a good reason he needs them.
You seriously want to help that idiot Bolts for brains? Screw that robot and come work with us. There's dozens more of us nearby. It's only a matter of time before we come out on top.
I'm not splitting my share with him.
You holding out on us, Davies? You got some magical way in there? This guy's got a free ticket aboard, so shut up. Help us destroy that frickin' tin can once and for all.
No deal. I'm with Ironsides.
I don't know. Maybe these people need the help more than the bots need their fantasy.
Then screw you, asshole. You're lucky we don't gun you down.
Alright, see, if you side with the robots, they don't like you. Piper doesn't really like that you've decided to side with the robots, but we're going to let that pass because I've done some good everywhere else. Now, I tried to steal this all stealthily, and then I realized there's a guy standing in the corner, so I just stole it and started shooting them up. It really doesn't matter. Piper doesn't really say anything about it, doesn't dislike it or anything, doesn't pop up at least. And then, yeah, we're just going to return this back to Ironsides and the crew and get this installed.
Warning. Overdue for...
Hey, Navigator.
Ahoy, soldier. Chip recovered. Dispensing bounty. Diagnostics report. 1 error remaining. Guidance radar's transmitter is not functional. Requires replacement.
What's wrong with the transmitter?
Diagnostic inconclusive. No functioning Mr. Handy's available for detailed analysis. Acquire Poseidon radar transmitter at specified map coordinates. Further bounty will be dispensed.
Sure.
Alright, now he wants you to fetch a transmitter for him at some location. It is near somewhere, I don't even remember. You can check the map there real quick, just pause the video. But it's over near the water, and don't make the same mistake I did. Go through the blue building at the front. This is a very open building. And don't make mistake number 2 I did, which is actually go back out the front door. Since this is an open location, you don't have to go inside a building. Just fast travel back to the Constitution. If you don't, there will be 2 Mirelurk hunters out by the front door as soon as you come out. Those were a pain to fight since I'm under level 20, but I'm high teens level, I don't remember. Light resistance going in, there's just some bloatflies and radroaches, but 2 Mirelurk hunters on the outside. They killed me once, but got him the second time. Now, since he mentioned there was no working Mr. Handy nearby for diagnostics, I'm curious to know if you bring Codsworth along with you, if he'd be able to diagnose the problem and maybe you fix it there without having to go fetch this part. But I'm not too sure, and if you've done this or you are going to do this, and just post the results down below, because I'm curious to know if this whole part can be avoided, because these Mirelurk, I mean, you can avoid the Mirelurk hunters altogether by just fast traveling out of there, but I'm wondering if you can just avoid this little trip altogether. Of course, it's even longer if you don't have a location nearby like I did, so.
I'm confused. This is safe here.
Zero.
Hey, Navigator.
Ahoy, soldier. Guidance system fully functioning. Bounty dispensed. It is required you commence dialogue with the captain, sir.
You've been of service to our noble vessel. Despite ample provocation, I had hoped the guidance chip could be recovered without violence to the scavengers. Even now, they plot their retaliation.
I would have spared them if I could have.
I have no doubt that they made a peaceful resolution impossible. But you did your duty, and did it well. I find I must reward your considerable efforts with the final labor. We stand but a hair's breadth away from embarking on our sacred mission.
So, now can you tell me what's going on?
Complete this task, and I will gladly relate our mission. Until then, silence, vigilance. The ship requires turbo pump bearings from a nearby factory. It will undoubtedly be a dangerous mission, but I have faith you will succeed.
Alright, now these bearings he's talking about, the local factory he's actually talking about is Fort Hagen on the other side of the map. I don't even know how they would end up there. But, yeah, so you want to have the quest Reunion already finished from, you picked that up from Nick Valentine, or, yeah, you pick it up from Nick Valentine over in Diamond City. You already want to have that completed before this. If not, you're going to run into a lot more resistance, and it's going to take even longer for you to do this. But you should have already had that done by the time you get to this point. So, really, you just have to show up. I probably took a longer route. I go back down into the elevator into the command center, and then back into the main building where the part is. It's next to a terminal, which is next to a little bit of armory. You'll pass it through Fort Hagen when you're doing the Reunion quest. So it's probably quicker just to take the door you took for that, but I ended up going all the way through the command center and then back through there. And then fast travel back. And to install these go into the captain's quarters. I wasn't paying attention in the dialogue, and I thought I could already go ahead and get in there and get the Broadsider. Or Broadside, my bad. But nope, you still have to complete the quest. He gives it to you right before you finish the quest.
I'm confused. This is
Hey, Captain.
Trim the power on the starboard bow. Steady as she goes, Mr. Navigator. Luck willing, at long last we'll set sail. Our hero of the hour is to thank. You've earned a double share, sir. Well done.
My pleasure.
You are truly worthy, sir, of witnessing our maiden voyage. Our twin NX-42 rockets will alight and unmoor us from this dreaded savings and loan. The Constitution will launch into the heavens, and after, gently land in the ocean. Then we take our rightful place as defenders of the Atlantic.
That's quite a plan.
A thing of brilliance, is it not? Mr. Navigator, put her through her paces. We need to...
Alright, and there is one last firefight you have to finish before you actually get the broadside. Since you sided with the robots, the scavengers decide to attack again. Now, don't do like me and try to fight them all by just shooting a sniper rifle at them. You can still use the cannons. I think I used them once right here. But, yeah, definitely use the cannons to your advantage. And after a while, they will retreat. But you actually won't be able to talk to the captain until they're all either dead or they've all ran away and the robots can no longer see them and fire upon them. So, again, you want a scoped weapon, or at least, you know, a powerful scoped weapon. Nothing with iron sights like my combat rifle. The hunting rifle was a lot better choice, but the combat rifle does do a decent bit of damage. Maybe a rocket launcher would also be very good here. And if you want to use the mini nukes, a Fat Man would also work very well. But it's all up to you. But me personally, I prefer a high-powered scoped rifle. That's what really helped out. And then right after this firefight, we will get the broadside, and then we will have one quick little thing to do before this quest finishes. We are almost at the end of the video, guys.
Okay, Captain.
Gods be good the scavenger assault has been broken. Not one of those scallywags stepped foot on our vessel. All hands, prepare ship for launch.
Congratulations, Captain.
There is one thing. We need power from the auxiliary generator to commence our voyage. I fear I must call upon you one last time.
Consider it done.
I admire your pluck. Here is your amply deserved reward. Godspeed to you, sir.
And here we are, guys, the weapon we've been spending this whole video trying to get, the Broadsider handheld cannon. This is a heavy weapon, but it is not one of the better ones. This is really on the lower end. This is more of a decoration item for a house, and it really is useful in combat. It does 108 damage base, depending on your perks and everything, but it's just not that useful. Single shot, very slow reload. And it doesn't. I don't think it does any splash damage, or at least it doesn't do a lot, like a rocket launcher or anything like that. Other heavy weapons, it's just a cannonball. So it is very funny to hit someone with it. Like at the beginning, I wasn't expecting to blow that Raider's arm off. I wasn't even really expecting to hit him. But yeah, it's just more of a comical weapon than it really is useful. So if you're gonna be like me, take it back home, put it on a shelf, and just remember it every time you pass by. Now, if you like this video, guys, and you're going to get your own Broadsider now because you think it looks awesome or anything, then leave a like on the video and comment if you're going to go get it yourself or about anything else related to the video. And if this is your first time watching, then please subscribe. I'm going to be making more Fallout 4 videos like this and finding more unique items and stuff all over and showing you how to get them in quests and whatever. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. This was a very long one. I tried to cut the hour-long quest down as much as I could, so I really hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, everyone. Element Zero checking out.